What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Brandon. Alongside me, always, is Andrew. We've got a special Halloween treat for you today. It is Why We Love Halloween 2. What is up, guys? Welcome back. We are doing a review of Halloween 2. We've talked about this movie a bajillion times, and that's okay because it's going to be a bajillion and one today.
Yeah.
We're doing Why We Love Halloween 2. Just one more reason to talk about it because it's one of our favorites of the franchise. In honor of Halloween, that's pretty much like, I think, the time this is going to come out, it's going to be like a day or two.
Yeah.
So, in honor of the Happy Halloween to everybody. And also, Kenny's not here. He didn't make it, but we are joined by Michael himself over here. And really, I just wanted another reason to put the mask in one of the videos because I haven't done that in a long time. And look at this. It's nice. It's a nice rehaul. And, yeah, we got some cool little memorabilia here to show off Halloween 2. Anyway, Halloween 2 came 1981, 3 years after the first one. The one of the most successful horror low-budget films of all time.
Independent movies of all time.
Yeah. It is directed by Rick Rosenthal, and in some cases, John Carpenter went back and redone some shit. John Carpenter also wrote it alongside Deborah Hill. Budget was $2.5 million, and the box office, I think, came in around just under $30 million for the U.S. Where we start, one of the best horror movies, in my opinion. One of the best Halloweens in the franchise. I will never not love this movie. I will never not talk this movie up. And I believe in a few rankings here recently, in last recent year or two, I have put this number one on the list. And I will admit I'm a little biased because this partly is because it was the first Halloween I ever watched.
Yeah. I would say it's probably my favorite Halloween 2. Because, I mean, it's got more of the slasherish thing than the first one does, which is, we've said a million times, is a slow burn.
Yeah.
And this was competing, with the Fridays and the Terror Trains and the Prom Nights. Mm-hmm. And so they upped the ante a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons why this one appeals to me just a little bit more than the first one. Yeah,
you're more of a slasher guy as opposed to just the slow burn
psychological thriller.
Yeah. And Halloween 1, the first one is 78 is just that. It is a masterpiece of a film. With not without its flaws, obviously no film is, but it is a masterpiece.
Probably the better film.
Film wise, yeah, it might be the better film, but this one is, like I said, it ramps it up. It feels like there's a lot more going on. It feels like there's a lot more to it. There's still a lot of terror, a lot of horror, and just a little bit more. And really, by today's standards, the gore is nowhere near what you'd see, in other movies or in
Terrifier.
Yeah, Terrifier. Or even Scream.
Yeah.
So nothing like that, but this just something about the atmosphere of this movie, the look of Myers, the way he acts. I always said too, I like Nick Castle as Myers. I like his look better. I like the way he walks and glides, and it seems more like a boogeyman to me. This one, Dick Warlock is my second favorite. This is more robotic, but it even though it seems a little ridiculous at times, it is still scary.
Yeah, especially that basement scene.
Yeah, it provides more a zombie type, but it provides more of a scare and more of a uniqueness to that character that only Dick Warlock probably do. But yeah, this just seems like a much bigger film, and it is, in a way. It's got more budget, and I like all the moving parts. I like the characters. I like the craziness of it. Dr. Loomis is getting more unhinged.
I shot him 6 times.
6 times. He's not human. A tribe. This is awake. One of the numbers was butchered. This is awake. Ridiculous. Not much to say about the plot, really. I mean, it's just a continuation of 78's film. It happens basically seconds after that movie ends. Myers gets away and goes off into the suburbs of Haddonfield, or the neighborhoods of
I've got one question for you. You want mustard or mayo on your sandwich?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sleep in the chair.
and that scene right there, it does have some psychological elements. Just him standing back there. It's not without those, but not quite as many as the first.
It has it. What I love about it is they still capture the hunter that Michael is. He still lies in wait. He still watches. He still does what he does in the first one. It's just he pulls the trigger a little bit more often, and a little quicker than than he did in the first movie. There's more to do though, and things are getting a little bit more tense, a little bit more. The timing there's a lot more obstacles in his way to get to Laurie here.
Yeah,
a lot more people, and of course you have a little bit more blood. But his anger and his evil is growing. Really, it's not too far from the first Myers. You have a little bit more creative or nasty kills, but it's not really that bad. And he's still very much the boogeyman in this movie. Dick Warlock does a great job. I still think Rosenthal and Dean Cundy is a huge factor in this movie. They do a very good job at filming the locations, the lighting, the hospital. It's one of it's the best. And then of course capturing Myers, and it's still very, very creepy to me. And I remember how scared I was watching this movie as a kid for the first time. I was terrified. And they still have those cool shots where like Mixter's office, where he's illuminated very slowly in the background, and then stabs her in the side of the head with the needle. So you still have a lot of good visuals, along with good kills in this movie. Yeah.
What's your favorite kill from this movie?
Oh my god. Maybe that one. The Alice kill was a little was like, as a kid I'm like, oh, poor Alice, because he just like come out of nowhere and she had nothing to do with anything. But that creates a little bit of a randomness out of him.
Nurse Jill too. Which is probably my favorite kill.
Yeah, lifting her up with a scalpel. That might be the clogs. That might be that might be my favorite kill visually. My second one's probably Janet with the temple, because the illumination will lead up to that. Man, Mr. Garrett with the hammer was crazy. And the funniest one, which I love because it's like it's the greatest meme ever, is the sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Get away from him, and he just like cuts his throat. Yeah. What do I got to lose except my job?
Oh yeah, good stuff.
10 minutes later, get away from him. There's really good kills in this movie, and some of them are hilarious. But yeah, my favorite might be Jill, for sure.
Yeah, that's mine.
There's a lot of pros. And, do you want to talk about your pros? Or do you want to just, like, is there any cons that you want to...
Any cons to this movie?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any while I sit here and ponder?
After so many watches, which is like, I don't know, 1,000,001, I think, at this point, you start to see things and feel like it's like H2O, like where I watched that film enough and I know enough about it now that you're like, you can't unsee the shots where they change the mask and it looks like shit. And but this one here,
I was gonna say, I'm that way with Terminator. I see all the flaws in it because I've seen it so many times.
You can see all the flaws in the first and the second Halloween movies, and when you watch them, because I've seen them so many times. But there's a lot of them you can overlook. I think, really,
I think the only con I have is Laurie's character is pretty much written out.
Yeah, she's really bedridden, and she has the wig. It's a little off-putting, and her not being as active in this film is a little. It sucks a little.
Yeah, bit. That's the only real con I can think of.
But it is a con. But we have talked about before where I do think that while she has a backstep, which is not a good choice, I like all the characters that they built in this.
Jimmy and Bud and Karen.
I like all the characters that they built within this that are kind of standing his way to Laurie. And, but Laurie's hurt. She's scared. She's got a fractured, ankle or bone or ankle bone or whatever. She's got the laceration on her arm. They've had her sedated. Do we like that necessarily? It's not the best thing in the world. But at the same time, she did fight back in the first one.
A little bit. But
she's injured, she's scared, and she's confused, and now she's sedated. And that's not... I mean, are we really expecting 2018 Laurie here, or Halloween H2? Because even H2O... she was scared and ready, but it was more trauma. And then it wasn't until that very end where she's like, I'm tired of running. And they had that epic scene where she yelled from the grounds. That was cool.
By the Green Trilogy, she's tactical.
Yeah. She's not tactical here.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what I would have done differently. That's the thing. I just don't know. I guess I really haven't thought about that as much of a fan as I am. I haven't really thought about that. I guess it just doesn't. It's not good, but it doesn't bother me like it maybe does some people. Another thing that bothers people that doesn't bother me is the sister angle. It's like, I get it to a point. Yeah, you want Myers to be just Myers and evil and unpredictable and without plot, it's scary. And maybe that's the way that Carpenter intended it originally. But he also changed that. And he didn't love that he changed it. But you know what? No takes backsies.
Yeah.
And but that's how we've grown up pretty much through this entire franchise, with the exception of trying to do something different. And it's just something I've been used to. It's this family element. It's just a part of the charm. It's become a part of the charm of this character. No matter how silly it may seem, do I care? If he's just some evil dude who has a tendency to knock off his family members around Halloween, then so be it. Jason had his mother.
Yeah.
He had mommy issues. I mean, so he's got his reasons for doing things too. Freddy has his reasons. I think if Michael didn't have a reason, is scary, that's cool. But he does have a reason. He has this, and that's fine too. I'm just not too worried about it, because you clearly, like in this movie, like with Alice, it was the only one in this movie, really, but Alice was the random kill. Maybe that was a way to lure some police over here. I don't know if they ever showed up at her house. I don't know if they ever talked about that. I can see him creating a distraction over here to get to his prey. Maybe he's tactical because he's a hunter.
I think in a way he kind of is, because is it Dick Warlock's kid that bumps into him on the street? Yeah. And he just keeps on walking.
Walking. He's got his own. He just kills. But I think there's things you can do or use, and they did it later on in the movies too. I think was it 5? It's 5 where he showed up and attacked, which it was completely off screen, but he showed up and attacked the children at the asylum or the hospital, which led the cops over to them and got them distracted long enough to take all the heat off the house so he could go in there and get Jamie.
Yeah.
So
Cookie Woman.
So that's something that was used in Halloween 5.
Yeah.
And you can and it shows here in 2 that killing Alice is totally random. So I mean, you can still do those moments with him, and then also still have a main thing that he's after. And you can also, like David Gordon Green's trilogy, you gave him no sister, but you still found a way to basically shoehorn Laurie in there anyway.
Yeah. And
then by the end of it, you're like, all he ever wanted to do was go home. Okay, so Michael just killed people, so he gets drawn away from his house. Then he has to kill people on the way back to his house so he can stare out his window. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at it from a deeper meaning. I know I'm being, surface level retarded here, but it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Does it really? Or are we thinking too much into this? Point is, I'm getting long winded, but it's scary and it's still perfectly fine to me. The sister angle is not a con for me. I mean, I like the fact that they shown, I guess not having a definitive answer on whether Jimmy died or not, and the theatrical version was a little bit wonky for me. I'd rather, them showed the TV version where it showed him living, because they actually shot that, they filmed that.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I picked up this cool in here. It's this Mr. Sandman cut. And, it's a fan edit. Pretty much has all the scenes, and it's like an Ultimate Fan thing. There's a lot of the stuff that's added in is not needed, but it takes all the theatrical versions, combines them with the TV version stuff and some of the deleted scenes, puts them all in this healthy little package in the right order, and makes a complete cut of 1 and 2. And at the end, it actually has the Jimmy Lloyd in the ambulance ending, which I think is cool as hell.
Yeah.
Now they're not those scenes are not in HD because they never did convert those, but still a really, really cool, complete way to watch the movie. Both movies.
I always thought that was kind of strange too. Is it Miss Alves that's up on the table and all that blood?
Yeah,
and then that's how Jimmy goes out.
Yeah. He just he slips and hits his head. Then he gets a concussion. Then he just passes out in the car.
Yeah,
and then later, and sounds the horn, and then that's it. And that's all you see from him. So that's a con for me.
Yeah.
But again, you're just kind of nitpicking. I still think this is one of the scariest. And if you wanted to end the series right here, it's a perfect way to go. With or without the Jimmy Lloyd. I mean, just blowing up Michael and Loomis, that's the way to go.
Yep.
And then, so the only other definitive ending that you could have is H2O.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Halloween 4 wasn't so good, then this would probably be my ending.
Yeah, and I love Halloween 4 so much.
Yeah.
The ending was a little...
Yeah.
It was meant to continue, but of course the mask was a big problem. But Halloween 4 is a solid movie. Well, we mentioned our favorite kills.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Ben Tramer.
Yeah. Poor Ben Tramer.
I like how they found a way to... They mentioned that name in the first movie, and they found a way to add that character to keep continuity. They could add that character later, but then, comes to find out he's the one in the other Myers mask that gets...
Yeah. It's his mask in this actual set that you have.
It is.
That's great.
It's in this NECA figure. Yeah, the blonde hair. Dick Warlock was driving. He was the cop driving the car that killed him. It was pretty funny. I also liked in the TV version that they shot the TV footage for the first Halloween during this time period with this movie, and they had a little whole filler scene with Linda coming over to Laurie's house to borrow a blouse. And I think that was pretty funny because in the first one she's like, "Don't rip my blouse, you idiot! It's expensive." And it was Laurie's blouse. So I just like how they go back and reference things, and then they had a little continuity.
But pros wise, just about the entire movie, Dude, I
love it.
I love the opening scenes. I love the hospital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great ending.
Yeah, the atmosphere, the lighting. I like more of the synth work in this with the music. Just changing it. It adds a whole nother element, I think, to it. It separates it from the first one enough and brings it up with the times. And I love that. Yeah. And I love the opening with the pumpkin opening up and the skulls there. Great opening. Great lines. It's ridiculous as some of them are. It's so quotable. And Bud is singing Amazing Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really. It's just, to me, it might... The first one's probably the best movie, but like I said, this one's right there, 1A and 1B, and it's probably, I'm always gonna have Halloween 3 as well.
Oh yeah,
but it's
totally
objectively better than Halloween 3. So
yeah. Halloween 3 is I still grade that on its own thing.
Yeah,
it's so good. And people have come around to that. Thank God. That's just which you're responsible for me coming around to that movie.
Yeah,
This is definitely a 1A and 1B, and I still want to edge Halloween 2 over the first one just a little bit, only because of how fun it is, how scary it is, and it being kind of my first entry into that. It just creeped me out so much. But that's definitely no disrespect to the first one because it is probably the better film. It's just leaner, it's cleaner, it's better. But as far as filmmaking goes, but this is fun. This is so good. I don't know if anybody's watching this and hasn't watched this movie, which I doubt. I think you can check it out on Peacock maybe still.
Yeah.
And of course, the Shout Factory has got plenty of versions now. I've got that big box set. I don't think they have in print anymore. You can find this Mr. Sandman cut through a gentleman on Facebook, and if you want to inquire about that, I can tell you. I'm not going to say in this. I don't know what I'm allowed to do on that because it is underground fan cut kind of stuff, but definitely worth it. Comes with a reversible side too, or sleeve, which I think is pretty cool. If you can find the Shout Factory versions, those are really good too, because the transfers are really good, and the special features are insanely good too. As far as the commentary goes, I like those as well. I didn't think Rick Rosenthal did a very bad job on this. I think some people gave him a lot of shit, but I think he did just fine. And then, of course, Carpenter come in and cleaned it up a little bit. Some of those things were necessary probably for the scare factor or to keep up with times. But I guess the quote was, I watched Rosenthal's version. It's about as scary as an episode of Quincy. And that's really harsh.
It makes you wonder if he'd actually directed it, if he would have the same opinion of the movie. You know what I mean?
Carpenter.
Yeah, because he's got a pretty high opinion of himself.
He does, and I love Carpenter. We love.
Yeah,
Carpenter,
me too.
But he does, and the way he thinks about things is very odd sometimes. You know, he called this one an abomination.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
I don't either. I don't know. I mean, I can understand not knowing where to go, being frustrated with the studios, and that's the thing too. I think he takes a lot of his disagreements and frustrations out on things in the wrong place. And while this may not have been the best decision as far as making the sibling thing, it's nowhere near the worst thing you could have done, because I've seen some of your other work.
Yeah.
You know, like Carpenter, as much as I love you, your later work was wonky too, man.
Yeah.
And this was just fine. I mean, really.
Compared to those.
Yeah. To call this an abomination, I highly disagree with that. And Rick Rosenthal comes back and does Resurrection, which he got dealt a bad hand on that one too, but there's also things that I can make cases, or at least a little bit of an argument for Resurrection, removing the Busta Rhymes stuff, obviously, but it was kind of ahead of its time as far as the plot with the whole Big Brother reality TV angle. You know, it kind of like dates it, but at the same time, it's kind of with the technology, it's kind of ahead of its time a little bit. And there's some redeeming qualities in Resurrection.
I don't hate it like Chris does. It's mindless fun.
Exactly. It's really not great, but it's not near as bad as people say. And I know it always harkens back to the Busta Rhymes stuff, which I totally agree with. But everything else in that movie is not everything, but a lot of things in that movie is not as bad as people make it out to be. Mm-hmm. Anyway, poor Rosenthal's got kind of the shitty hand on this, but he's still very important in this franchise nonetheless with Halloween 2, because he's still responsible for a lot of this shit, and I love this movie.
Yeah.
So, no disrespect to anybody, and no disrespect to Carpenter, but this edges it out a little bit. This is why we love Halloween 2.
Yeah. What would you rate it?
Oh man, I don't know I think we've rated these before.
I'm going 4.25.
Yeah.
As a slasher movie. So as a thriller,
as a sequel,
yeah,
it's up there, man. 4.25 is easy.
Yeah,
I don't remember what I rated it on my solo channel. I know it was high. It would have had to be 4.25 for sure, with maybe Halloween like edging it out just a little bit, or maybe just under it. I can't remember what I done. I'd have to go back and look. Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah.
Because current mindset, Brandon, is like, okay, yeah, 4.25.
Just personally, because I've always, we've done this a couple times on the channel, Friday 2 versus Halloween 2, and I've slowly came around and admitted, Halloween 2 is the better movie, and I would give Friday 2 a 4 out of 5 as a horror movie. Yeah. So this just tops it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That works for me. 4.25 is a very, very fair score for this, because nothing's perfect, and I wouldn't even give the first Halloween a 4.25. It'd be 4 solid, I think, because it definitely can't be 5. I have to go back and look and see what my other reviews are. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Halloween 2, where it stands in the franchise. Be sure to sound off in the comments, like and subscribe for more content. But we want to hear from you guys. We love Halloween 2, man.
Yeah.
Be sure to like and subscribe, though, because you've got a lot of cool content coming in the future you don't want to miss. Until then,
we're out of here.
Amazing grace, come sit on my face. Don't make me cry, I need your pie.